Once you've found the courage to say hi to a girl, you'll be facing one of the most common difficulties men have with women: running out of what to say. Not knowing how to keep a conversation going can harm your social life, but if you know how to keep those words flowing, you can meet, talk to, and get to know pretty much anyone you like, creating great possibilities for friendship, networking, fun, and shared activities that you would otherwise have missed out on. And if you've ever had your mind spontaneously go blank in the middle of a conversation, then you know this feeling. Searching your mind for something, anything to say. Yet, the harder you try to come up with something, the less you have to say. It's not because you can't think fast enough to respond to her, or because you were born awkward. It's something you can overcome, with a little planning, practice, and mindset shift. So, if you want to be able to turn it on your first date with a girl, or wow any room at a moment's notice, here are 7 ways to never run out of things to say. Brought to you by Brilliance. Be honest with her. Don't rethink every thought. If something pops into your mind, say it. It's a little cocky. If it's honesty, that's okay. Remember, it's always better to say what comes to mind, screw up and then apologize for it, than to stay safe. Staying safe and filtering what you want to say is the highest risk you can take, because it takes away all the controversy and forces you to have the same standard shallow conversations all the time with her. Mark Manson cites in his fantastic book, Models, humans are attracted to each other's rough edges. So speak your mind and let your rough edges show for her to amend. Listen. If you listen carefully, you will not run out of things to say that fast. Try not to drift away with occupying the whole conversation with your thoughts. Give her a chance to express herself too. Get busy listening to her. That way, you have time to retain your thoughts aside for the next statement. Don't interview her. You don't want to bore her with a long list of things you think you should know about her. Ask her about her life, but also respond to what she is saying. It's not an interview and not a monologue. You can avoid interviewing her by asking open-ended questions. Below are some examples to get you started. Instead of asking if they like visiting Sydney, a better question would be to ask about their favourite memories in the city and other aspects of travel, which can be easily expanded upon. Instead of asking how many siblings they have, a better question would be to ask how the relationship with their siblings has evolved over the years. Instead of asking what their favourite food is, a better question would be to ask about their most memorable experience at their favourite restaurant. You don't have to be great at talking to never run out of things to say during a conversation. Instead, you simply need to know how to listen more for the next line of words. Observe the environment. Are you beginning to stare at each other with an awkward silence? Have you run out of things to say and questions to ask? Good. This is your opportunity to take control of the situation and show her that you can create conversation out of any topic in the world. Here it is. If there's an aeroplane flying overhead, speak about aspirations to travel the world or embarrassing vacation stories. So instead of looking around as a way to avoid awkward silence, use these moments to observe the environment and create conversational topics based on what you see. Bring up pop culture or favorite movies. Want to create a safe way to transition into a deeper conversation? Start by analyzing something objective, a third party. A movie can be emotional. A song can make you cry. You begin by mentioning the specific movie or song, or whatever it may be, something in pop culture, and then tie it back to your memory and experience. It does not have to be an emotional memory. It can be something funny too, like, that movie makes me remember, that song reminds me of the senior promotion I attained. Compliment her. Everyone appreciates the good compliments that make them feel personal. Here's how to give one. Notice something that stands out, even a little, about the person. Give a compliment on that particular quality and connect it to something positive. Don't get how that works? Well, here's an example for you. You notice that the other person is particularly smiley. You can say, "I like how you smile a lot," followed by, "You look like a type that would be great with kids." Even though this requires a few improved skills, don't overthink it. Just say the first thing that comes into your mind, even if it is a bit goofy. And all of a sudden, you've made someone feel good about themselves, and you have a new conversational material to work with. Use storyline. When all the tips above fail, and when you're stuck, there's always the backup plan. Stories you prepared before leaving your house. When you're at home on your couch preparing for the date, think of all the cool things that happened around you recently. Maybe your cousin gave birth, or you went to an awesome Halloween party with a haunted house, or you tried the greatest burger in the universe at a new restaurant that opened up in your neighborhood. Make note of 3 solid stories and keep them handy. When conversation stalls, bust one out using the reminds me of trick. It may save you in a pinch, especially if you get nervous and draw a blank. Now that you know the tricks to keep a conversation going, the next thing you should do is apply one of these tricks the next time you talk with someone. Don't overwhelm yourself trying to use all these tricks at the same time. Get used to one of these first. When you can master one of the tricks, you'll feel more confident to apply the other techniques in your upcoming conversations too. Know someone going through the awkward silence experience? Share this video with them. And if you like to extend your connection, follow us by hitting the red button below this video to subscribe for more interesting videos. Till we meet again, stay hooked, guys!